We're live, are we?
Lovely piece of intro music to welcome us to the show this evening, Shane. And you are all very welcome to the Fan and Football Show Week 1 reaction. And I'm very pleased to welcome Shane Freed back to the show. How are you, Shane?
Not too bad, Barry, yourself?
Doing well. I'm not sure I'll be with the rest of you enjoying this heat now. I've built far too secure a house here, Shane. It's just sweltering. I cannot stay cool enough in here, and they're splitting the G's, not even helping at the minute. So it is what it is. And Storm Aaron and the remnants of it should bring a wee bit of relief, hopefully, by middle of next week.
It's not my cup of tea either now. It's horrible for the most part, but we can't say too much because you're not allowed to complain about stuff like that. But there you are.
That's what I mean. Hey, we're in no position to complain, so we'll get on with things anyway, Shane. So I would say it has not gone to plan so far. Obviously, we did throw out our charity bet there at the end of the show last week, and we did fancy our Arsenal to get turned over in the first week of the season. And unfortunately, their defence held out and one or two shoddy decisions, what have you. Plenty of missed chances for United, and he has come up with 0 points in match day 1.
It'll be, I know it might be reactionary, but it'll be a travesty to football if that Arsenal team won a league. I can't understand them saying another forward. I don't know why he just doesn't sign another J in first corners. I thought they were a joke, to be honest. Look, they got the job done. Without a goalkeeping error, they wouldn't have scored. So, but again, it's up to United to break, or the team to break it down. So, a couple of dodgy decisions, or I don't know how that's not a penalty, but a tackle from behind anywhere in the pitch is usually a foul. I don't know, but I know United got a lot of praise after the game for losing the game. It doesn't sound very intelligent either, but I thought United looked a lot different anyway, a lot more of a threat now. I know that wouldn't be hard from last year, especially up front, but there's still a massive hole in midfield. Even though Arsenal were poor, there's still a massive hole there. So, and to be honest, you'd be as well of a scarecrow, and that's just what they have in the roster. So I can't understand a club that size don't even try and get somebody in. Doesn't make much sense now. But as I say, Arsenal leaving with Eze in, I don't see it at all. I think they're horrible to watch. They're very good at what they do, but if you want to celebrate that type of football, that's up to yourself.
Yeah, it's the Eze acquisition is a point I want to come to later on. But in terms of the head-to-head battle by the two big centre-forward acquisitions between the two clubs, did you see much out of Gyökeres and Sesko to write home about on Sunday?
No, well, I suppose Sesko didn't get that long, but I thought Gyökeres looked terrible. I know that is reactionary, but there's one occasion touchy about him. That's a thing I don't buy into, particularly in professional football, as a man being rusty. You know, if you take a week off work, you don't be rusty when you go back. This is his job. He's getting paid a massive amount of money to do it. That's rusty things. It's just stupid. No, I didn't. But then again, Arsenal won't. To me, they won't play their strengths. He could be a wee bit like a graveyard shift for. I mean, he's the striker played for United this last couple of years, so he'll be. He can score a lot of corner from. He can score a lot of from corners and that maybe. Sesko didn't see an awful lot of him. Very impressed with the other two now, Cunha and Bueno. They'll definitely cause bother, but at the same time, you can be up against a lot of low blocks if there's no space in behind. That's, I suppose, where football's a bit of a downfall now too. That the man that has pace is kind of redundant in today's game. The like of Saka. I know Saka he's not lightning quick, but he's quick. But he was anonymous the last day as well too. It's the day of having pace is a bit pointless.
Yeah, the mention of Saka there, and obviously they have signed Noni Madueke as well this summer. I do feel that a bit more punch up front was what Arteta is after. Um, Obviously, he's gone big with Gyökeres, and they did the very smart one with Zubimendi in midfield, where obviously you're going to lose quite a bit with Thomas Partey not being in there. You gain quite a bit by putting a creative um, control element beside Declan Rice, his dynamism. You'll get a bit more fluidity out of the midfield, I think, for them going forward. And when you chuck in Eze into it, who's a wee bit of a hybrid of attacking mid, right mid, left mid, he's jack of all trades in that three behind the striker. Adding that for like really want of opportunism, they swooped in ahead of Spurs, who were at probably at the stage of dotting the I's and crossing the T's, and Arsenal swooped in, and obviously Eze would have a certain London club in mind. Obviously, he favours Arsenal over Spurs, so it'll improve them. It's a point I was going to make. So if you were to stack up now the attacking options that you do have at Arsenal, you've got Trossard, Martinelli, you've got Noni Madueke, you've got Saka, you've got Gyökeres, you've got Kai Havertz, who's cropped at the minute. You stack that up against a City, it's got obviously Haaland, Foden, Doku, Savinho, Marmoush, and then of course you got Liverpool, who still remain unfinished in the market. They've got Gakpo, Salah, Chiesa, Wirtz, and Ekitike. So when I throw out all them lists to you, who do you think is still faring the best, knowing there's still a week left of this window and still quite a few big deals to be done yet?
I'm not going to attempt. I can't pronounce that new Liverpool man's name at all. He looked decent now, to be fair to him. You can't argue with Salah. Gakpo. I've never seen a man go off the boil like Foden. It's insane the fall off he's had. To go from nearly one of the best players in the league to what he is now is, I don't know. I don't understand it at all. But pound for pound, I would still say I like Marmoush now. So I think City and Liverpool is in a pair. I still don't. Martinelli is grand. I don't Saka flatters to see. No, I still don't. I like Eze now. I think Eze's a great signing. Eze could be a difference, but he's still not enough of a difference to win the league for them. I think Arteta is just he's just no. He isn't it. He's not going to take them there. He's just, as I said last week, you don't take light bulbs into a dressing room and win a league. It's like real feathered head stuff. So no. On paper, Eze's an excellent signing, and I wish to God somebody would sign Isaac or shoot him or something. Jesus, it's getting out of hand at this stage. I know it's easy for a United fan to say it, but just if Liverpool want him, pay whatever they want, and if Newcastle's going to stick to their guns, then I don't know. I think they're off their head turning that down. I think they're off their head turning 130 down. To be honest, he's good, but he's not that good.
I think they've turned down 110 so far.
And who got injured there? Whose hamstring's gone? Is it Frimpong's? I don't know how bad his is. Like a bad enough hamstring tear can put you out for 3 months.
He's still in contention for Monday night, so it's not a bad one for Frimpong.
But I'm not saying him and yet. The likes of Isaac, who might be breaking away, on a counter attack, can tear a hamstring so handily too. I don't know whether he's ever had a hamstring injury, but just
I think it has happened. Yeah, I think it has happened, Shane. Yeah, even in his time at Newcastle, I think it has happened.
Like it's dodgy. Like anything, Rice or even Verts, any of them bigger amounts of money. That's an awful amount of outlay. But I have seen some Liverpool fans say that you are light squad wise. Your starting 11's very good, but squad wise, it's not. If you did get 2 or 3 injuries, it's like is Bradley fit if Frimpong's not, or who drops on there?
I'm pretty sure to be Joe Gomez. I'm pretty sure Joe Gomez is fit, and he would fill the right back spot on Monday night.
I mean, Jesus, Gordon destroys him all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike,
no, as you say, the scary thing about throwing out, a lot of money, obviously, that could be gone like that. So, here's hoping, always, all fingers and toes crossed, that when you put down the money on an asset you believe is going to be stellar and is going to make the team unbeatable, you'd hope you get a wee bit of payback for your outlay. So remains to be seen on that one. I think we're getting closer and closer. Don't think we were as close as last week. I thought when we were speaking last Tuesday night, it would have been very close then. And I just think the week kind of went on a wee bit long and got a wee bit quiet, and then all of a sudden, bang! During the PFA Awards, the Isaac statement comes out, and I just think it revealed a bit more behind the curtain regarding the deal that he had with the club and the deal that probably was in place with the previous owners, and something that's not been honoured since. And I think a little bit of legitimacy was kind of pulled back with him, where he had remained sort of stoic and quiet the whole time. And now, after his sort of bombshell statement, where he will not represent the club again, I just think the week ahead, it'll be more closer to them meeting in the middle, because I think it's fair to everyone that a fee of somewhere in the region of £130 million gets the deal done. Newcastle United get the credit of having the British record sale. They'll have PSR comfort, and they'll have room on their books to sign a couple of players and bigger wages, and overall improve the general look of their squad. It does wonders for us. Does all kinds of problems for the team selection, because you've signed Ekitike, who looks ready-made for the Premier League, the way he stepped in, and you have your 3-time crowned PFA Player of the Year, Mohamed Salah, the one and only 3-time winner. And it just paints a picture to me. 96 points, not a problem. That's your league. Moving on to Liverpool, we did fancy them. Shane. We had them down for -3. They did score 4. They did score 4, but their breakaway goal found us out twice.
I look, in my opinion, if we last out the season at this, I'll be proven right an awful lot on this. I said it last week. I've said it to different people. Your worldly at centre half is going to cost you points. People would say that he wasn't at fault for look at a non-league level. You need to be aware of what's going on behind you. Whether who was left, was Robertson on at that stage, or was it still Kerkez was on? Whether he shouted or not.
Kerkez is already off before the first goal was in. I think
you're putting your foot through that.
The first goal was in 64.
You're putting your foot through that ball, no matter what level of football. You're playing a charity match, you're putting your foot through that ball. The second one, to be fair to him, he's trying to track the man that's kind of behind him, but he makes the effort of an 85-year-old woman to stop the shot of the second one. It's you'd allow somebody playing who had 20 pints on a Saturday night to put in that level of effort. You shouldn't allow a man that we've been told by so many people that he's the best centre half the league has ever seen to get away with that. That's beyond. Some man said to me the last day that you have to give him his dues. He's 35 years of age. Then if you're 35 years of age and you put in no effort to stop a shot that's literally half a foot away from you, then shout over to the manager that you'll hit it. Abu Dhabi or something. Go to the MLS. That's a poor man's excuse. But that's where I'll be spending money to centre half. And just if Van Dijk's such a Rolls Royce, take him in for games in the Champions League and that. I genuinely think it's time for him to step aside. Give Kanate what he wants. Get in a replacement. If that young fella's a replacement, I don't know what side he plays on. But it might sound sensationalist, but to me it's not at all. I thought he was shocking the last night, to be honest. I can't believe he's got away without. If that was Delit, we would literally Sky Sports News would have closed down at this stage with reruns of that. If it had been any United centre half, that first one I can't understand why he doesn't put his foot through the ball. Whether he gets a shout or not, your man's coming in, I don't know, but I've always said his awareness is shocking behind him. So I think you just need to spend at the back quicker than if your man that I'm not going to try and pronounce gets 10 to 15 goals and Salah has another season like he had last year, I don't see the need for a centre forward.
Right. So Hugo goes and gets 10, 15 in the league. Salah does his usual big numbers over the 20 in the league. There's actually maybe Wirtz pops up by double figures as well. Maybe Szoboszlai gets 4 or 5. Maybe McAllister hits his 3 or 4. Maybe Gakpo is a surprise. 15 to 20 as well. All comps. Maybe you're thinking, what kind of goal record are you breaking if you sign Isaac, who then just kind of absorbs all them chances and lags 40?
Don't know.
See, as you say, look, I think they're looking at Mark Gahey for a reason. I think they want an immediate impact at centre half, and obviously they signed Leone as like a future proofing. Like in 2 years' time, theoretically, that's Van Dijk finished up at Liverpool. You would want the big Italian then to be a 21-year-old maestro, able to just step in, having been blooded in 10 or 12.
You can't,
10 or 12 Champions League games.
Well, you can't argue with what Van Dijk does when he's faced on a side-by-side matchup. He's very good at reading when it with foot in and so on. But your two fullbacks are new to the way Liverpool are playing. You're going to get caught on a quick breakaway. It's only understandable at his age and his injury. He's going to have lost a bit of pace. But he's just, I think he thinks himself that nobody will chance passing him. That's why I'm always saying about his awareness behind him, is that he has this arrogance about him that nobody would even chance coming in behind him or whatever. Joe Gomez's honesty to football would have stopped them 2 chances the last night. He would have put his foot through the ball in the first one, and the second one he would have lunged. Look, do a fucking Phil Jones sliding across with his head. I genuinely flabbergasted at how little that was called out. And I was watching Monday Night Football, and now Jamie Carragher's not going to. He would implode by saying something against Van Dijk, but I can't understand it at all. But it's kind of like it's sacrilege to say something against him. But I'll fight the other fight. As I say, he will cost you his points this year, guaranteed. Down that side will cost you his points.
Well, I think there's like as the targets will show up, there's links to Nathan Collins there from Brentford, and there's links obviously to Mark Gahey, and there would have been links to Levy Caldwell in the past. I think you're nailing the head where they're looking for that immediate foot on the ball interference to just nullify it, where Van Dijk's patience and languid style, it works out for the most part. But when you have the cut and thrust of Semenyo, where it's done at such ridiculous pace and it's coming at you so fast, that reactionary stuff and the fast twitch that he would have previously had, as you say, Father Time comes for everyone. And it's starting to fade and starting to slip a bit with him. And I would just think that ability to go up the gears will need to be called upon quite a few more times this season. They obviously can, and they obviously have a lot in recent past gone up through the gears. And it's one of the most exhilarating things about the Arnie Slot era so far is that ability to see a couple of different phases or systems in the same 90 minutes. And it's like the head scratching substitutions at the times they were done, and then taking off Florian Wirtz for Chiesa, it just was pull your hair out stuff. We've chucked away 2 points on the opening game of the season, and just by hook or crook, they just kept putting the ball in there, and one just bounces nice, and Chiesa volleys it in, and it's just an absolutely unbelievable moment. And that song being belted out, God forbid he was already way off back home to Italy, and you had to put that chant back to bed. That's one of the best things that we have to hold and cherish at the minute is that song. And as I say, Salah then just pops up with his customary opening day goal.
Was he subbed on in an injury time? Was he?
It's funny. It's funny you say that, but it's funny you say that. Liverpool are quite good. They are quite good up until the starting 11's interfered with. They are quite good. They're cantering to a 4-0 win before that interference. I think the manager was quite thrown by the yellow card for Carcass and the wee niggle for Frimpong. Just all of a sudden he changed the flanks and you had a wee minute of narrowing of the whole shape. And it took a wee minute for Bournemouth to figure it out, but when they figured it out, they were in twice.
But I suppose, as your man Kerkers, is he quick?
Kerkers is very quick.
Right. No, I suppose that'll save them. It'll save them a bit. I mean, Alanga, I suppose their aim, especially if it's Gomez against Gordon and Alanga down Van Dijk's side, I don't know who they'll play. Maybe Gordon play through the middle. I don't know.
Yeah, well, matchups wise, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think their forward line was Gordon left, Alanga down the middle, and then who was in the right? It wasn't Jacob Murphy, was it? No, it's Harvey Barnes. I beg your pardon. Harvey Barnes left Anthony Gordon down the middle and Anthony Alanga on the right. So they go with that again. So you have Harvey Barnes going at Joe Gomez, and you'll have Anthony Gordon, who can still be tricky enough as he is, going at them centre halves, and then you'll have Anthony Alanga going at Kerkes. I think you do have Ryan Gravenberch.
How confident are you are getting?
How confident?
Is he back? Is he? How confident are you winning?
I think Ryan Gravenberch was sent off for 2 bookables on the final day last season, so I think he's back.
Yes.
I think that solidifies that centre midfield again. Where I don't see them 2 catastrophic breaks happening again in this game. So Newcastle's threat will be the set piece.
You think that's their only threat?
Alexander Isaac isn't playing, Shane.
electric
I think
pace.
I think
Both
I think
ways.
midfield they'll put their foot in the ball. I think the midfield's exquisite, and I think they'll have forward thrust of like Livramento on the left, and like Trippier is a good dead ball on the right, and they're gonna have Byrne and probably Shar and probably Jolinton. Your kind of aerial threats. I just think that's your Newcastle threat. I think on Monday night. And like I'm nervous. I'm nervous about probably two key facts. I'd be nervous about how angry some of them Newcastle players would be about the disruption that Liverpool's caused to their pre-season and trying to steal their mate. I'd be nervous about that aspect. Would there be a few meaty tackles going in and really going in with abandon and not actually caring about what kind of damage they would do to like one of our star players. Like so I have that nervousness about it. And I'll just have we would nervous about our own guys. Just kind of the idea that they're all a little bit fragile from like the Jota loss. I would just think this kind of test might be coming a wee bit soon into the season where they haven't just quite fully mastered the emotions just yet. I would just feel St James's Park would be at an 8 o'clock kickoff on a Monday night would be a wee bit of a big ask, and I just think you'll see serious mentality if they get 3 points on Monday night.
Well, I don't know what your charity bet is, but I don't know if you can put this on as a double or not. But Joelinton to get booked and Newcastle and draw, I think couldn't be any more of a sure bet. I think Liverpool could freeze. I think
Joelinton to be booked and Newcastle double chance.
Yes, I think it's going to be as toxic as hell from the stands. Joelinton's going to kick everybody. He'll kick the ref. He'll kick his own man. He's going to lose the plot altogether. He's even going to get sent off.
He's a red card chance. I'd be looking at a red card chance, Shane. I'd say when you talk about red cards.
But I'll be honest. I think Liverpool will be. I'm not saying they are. I think they'll be too soft, and they'll get ate alive. I would go as far as to say that a Newcastle one is more likely than if it was at Anfield, completely different. But I think it's just because it's there, and like as I was saying about Isaac, like my Twitter feed is full of either Liverpool fans telling Newcastle fans to know their place in football, and then Newcastle fans then giving all sorts of different kind of some a bit uncalled for now, to be fair, mentioning different atrocities and that, but it's as toxic as hell in the stands. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I know that's social media as well, but I'll be honest, it's a long time since I looked forward to a game from a neutral point of view as it. And that's purely based on how toxic it's going to be. I don't think there's going to be any football played, to be honest.
Aye, so that'll be Monday night, and that is the two teams covered for the review, and I would just think there's the incident as well in the Liverpool game, and I love this. I love this aspect of the game, like just absolute hammering they can give to referees nowadays, and the slapping of the ball out of the air in the Liverpool game.
It's at this stage. It's getting. I seen what do you call that clown who's on ref watch on a Monday? See Mike?
Yeah.
What do you call him?
It's Mike Dean live,
Mike.
And it's is it Gallagher?
Aye, Dermot Gallagher.
Dermot Gallagher.
I've seen what he said now about the Cunha one, and he wouldn't commit at all to that. I don't know. I don't know some of the rubbish, but I didn't see.
I seen him during the Cunha one, and it was just like who was the player?
I think it was Gabriel came in behind. I think.
No. Who's the player that was on ref watch having the conversation?
Oh no, was it not? Oh, it's not Jay Bothroyd, was it?
Maybe Jay Bothroyd.
He's an Arsenal fan too.
The name popped into my head when I saw him. I thought, Jay Bothroyd makes as a ring. But he was begging the question of anywhere else in the pitch to foul Dermot. Dermot wouldn't give it up. He wouldn't give it up.
It's the most pointless segment in football. You know, they could nearly just get a cut out of him and say, "Look, I'm going to agree with the ref down on the pitch and just leave it at that when we go on."
Do you know what they could do with? Do you know what they could do with Ref Watch just to dramatically improve it? They'll have exclusive rights to the audio.
Oh Jesus, aye.
Then have Dermot Gallagher then dissect the audio. This is what he means. This is what he saw.
And that's the first time. That's the first time he gets to listen to it too.
Well, like the Eze free kick, that one is an absolute. It's a strike of strikes, beautiful, and it's the interference with the wall that is the issue, and that's the first voice. That's the first first time we get to hear the ref live saying why the goal's ruled out. I just think it's very inauspicious start to that. That's the kind of thing. Gosh, I can remember tons of free kicks where you could actually be a part of the wall yourself and then just disengage, and then there's a massive hole into your teammate to shoot through.
That's
now there's this thing you can away.
Aye.
Now there's this rule that you have to be a meter away.
Aye.
Mark A was basically a part of the wall.
You see, the biggest thing that annoys me with VAR is that it was meant to be taken in for clear and obvious, which should be if a man's a foot offside, or he definitely hands the ball like the Bournemouth. Why are they getting involved in, literally toenails offside? You shouldn't need lines. If you need lines, it's not a clear and obvious. And it's the Everton penalty as well. Where is he meant to put his arm as well? I know even he is turning a bit away from it, which makes it worse. But even if he goes at it full-bodied straight on, to me, that's not a clear. Now, I don't know who gave that, whether it was the ref or the linesman gave the Everton, the Leeds penalty. I don't know, but it's like, did the ref not cop on to the rule on the wall? Are they putting that down that it's a clear and obvious that he should have known? I don't know. I didn't see that live now.
And denied a retake.
Aye. It's what is clear and obvious should be. It's like, Jesus, sir, how did you miss that? Go back and look at it. There shouldn't be It's like, look, we all enjoy a bet. It's like if you're watching something and you see it suspending and it's a goal, and you sit waiting, going, Jesus, we'll have to wait a wee minute to see if that's going to come in. It's that aspect is taken. It's made a balls of the whole thing. I'm not saying that it should be about betting, but it's particularly the people, the match going fans as well. And that's where if he was offside and it's clear as obvious, a lot of fans will cop on within the stadium that he was offside, and they're like, Jesus, that'll be dodgy enough. But it's these wee ones, or the likes of the free kick. But the Bournemouth one, how was that not called back? Did VAR look at that in the game?
The explanation that came out was accidental contact with the arm.
Jesus Christ.
Well, fair enough, the ball gets to him. There's like a kind of bounce up off the thigh. What about this secondary movement where the hand goes towards the ball and slaps it out of Ekitiki's path?
You see,
it's actually legitimate cause for a red card for denying of goal scoring opportunity.
Aye.
I think it's actually as bad as the goalkeeper picking up the ball outside the box.
Aye, well, but it's making a mockery of the likes of Tarkovsky's one. Then it's making a mockery of his handball.
It's like, what definitely is and what definitely isn't.
Aye, like I was glad to see
that makes an absolute Mickey Mouse.
Aye. I was glad to see the Rodri one being played over and over again. The one that wasn't the handball against Everton. Sweet Jesus. but we know who the manager is there, and he needs his titles as well. So we won't go down that rabbit hole. But it's made
Indeed.
like this weekend. What's a handball? You know what?
So I just think night one they dropped the ball, and all throughout Saturday they dropped the ball, and it continued right through to Super Sunday they dropped the ball, and then again on Monday night they dropped the ball. So in the entire first weekend, there's 4 fixtures. That's got a really, really egregious one.
It's worse. It's getting. But
so as I say now, just to get into the bit of the transfer intrigue now, Shane, there's a bit of a link developing tonight, and there was suspicion that Liverpool were always going to be in the market for another attacker this summer, despite the keen interest in Alexander Isak, and obviously the failed initial bid, and obviously they will return for another bid in the coming days. They have been long-term admirers, even from his time in Brazil. There is a long-standing admiration for the Real Madrid player Rodrigo, and Rodrigo would have had a stellar season 2 seasons ago, and then Kylian Mbappe arrives, and it's trying to fit in the Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe dynamic up top, and I feel that Rodrigo has obviously been the victim in that coming to pass, and I feel it's time now. His camp are now seeking a move, and obviously Liverpool don't just admire players and then just forget you once you go somewhere. I think there's heaps more room in the pot, even though there's 165 million being committed to Alexander Isak and Mark Gahey in the coming week. There is still potentially a deal for Rodrigo in the autumn.
And is this on top of Isaac if it goes, or is this an what did you say, a backup? Not a backup, but a replacement for Isaac if it doesn't come off?
Yeah, you see, this is the line that keeps getting associated with it. Even though they're in the market for a number 9 and a centre half, they still hold an interest in signing a wide attacker this summer.
Jesus. I'll be honest. This last couple of years, the man that stood out for Madrid for me was Camavinga and Valverde. I never noticed. Does he play on, what do you call him, Vinicius' side, or is he another side? Where does he usually play for them?
To be fair, Rodrigo's had to move sides to let Vinicius stay on the left.
Yes. It seems as if that Real Madrid dream seems to be a wee bit over for a lot of them young fellas. Well, Bellingham, he should count his lucky stars as Real Madrid, but I don't know. See, that's what I'm on about pace. Pace isn't Mbappe's pace is a bit redundant. If he was playing in the 90s or noughties, he would have been a king of football because of his pace. But because La Liga is probably the same, a lot of low blocks in it. It's a bit pointless. So I don't know, that Madrid thing doesn't seem to me. Barca will kick on a bit now and leave Madrid a bit behind. So you can imagine why some of them boys want out. You know, it mightn't be as good as how long Ancelotti stays there as well. Actually, Ancelotti's gone, isn't he? Yes. Alonso's there now.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, have they signed anybody? The left back. They've signed nobody there. So, did you see his debut?
They signed Dean Heisen as well.
Oh, Jesus, aye. Yes. They signed the fellow, that Hernandez fellow was at left back for United too from Benfica, as far as I know. But no, I seen Trent hadn't a great debut now.
Oh, some flattering stats indeed.
He
Had a zero.
attempted was it 7 of these Hollywood passes, and I don't know. You might see some of the balls knocking about Ballaghy, I don't know. But
I think it's 0 for 7. I think.
aye, no, he's going to get out alive out there. You don't like to see any player being destroyed, but
Excuse me.
that's not going to go well for him.
Just on the Rodrigo thing, IndyCar is reporting that the agent was at Anfield. It was at the Bournemouth game. So
Right.
that's a bit intrigue. And when some of the local Liverpool fan media has been briefed to this, I just think that kind of thing is the kind of propaganda that kind of generally precedes an actual legitimate target. So, as I say, it was a long time ago when Michael Edwards was the head of the scouting department, and he would have had a serious admiration for Rodrigo when he was still in Brazil. And I just think he would be just learning from obviously the Chiesa move last summer. I just think you have the opportunity to revisit a player that you've really, really liked, and an opportunity that wouldn't have seemed feasible a year or two earlier. And you have that need where I'll say to you, you haven't got a couple of guys on the left anymore. Luis Diaz was predominantly left. Diogo Jota could have played a bit of left. And Darwin Núñez was generally drifting left when we had, generally when we had maybe we were trying Gakpo and Diaz and Firmino at times in central areas. So that's a lot of guys to occupy left that you don't have now. And I think maybe Hugo Ekitike does a wee bit of left now whenever the big number 9 comes in. I just think Doak going to Bournemouth, it's just opened up a wee bit of a need at right midfield where it's just Salah and Chiesa. And just obviously for reasons for fears not allayed by Friday night, you would still have doubts about the right-sided options, and you just want to future-proof it a wee bit. So I want to believe it, and I just think there's a slim hope that one happens, and I'll be doing a deep dive on the socials tonight to see if that one's got a bit more juice to it than what I've read before this show anyway.
And what fee's been mentioned for him?
I think it'd be generally somewhere in the region of €100 million.
Jesus.
I think you don't often get Madrid sales, do you? What's the last big sale?
Jesus.
Well, they've got a lot of money for Asensio.
Where is he? I don't think they got a wild pile now. Where is he away back? Is he way back to PSG, is he?
I think so. But they've got a lot of money for, let me think. But they've got a lot of money for Benzema.
No, is that not where he got that massive contract? Did he go on a free to end up?
Quite possibly a free agent, yeah. So this is what I mean. I'm digging here, and I haven't got obviously to buy a player out of what is still the pinnacle of football. Obviously, I want to kill that pinnacle of football. I want Liverpool to be the pinnacle of football. So if we can start,
it'll definitely be a big one. Jesus, another big outlay too. Jesus.
So that'd be quite a few 100 million acquisitions in the one summer, Shane.
And fair play.
You'll probably still be hovering somewhere in the region of 280 net spend.
Don't say it. Go on. Can we mute one word out of this or one term out of this podcast as net spend? That's the biggest myth in football. I think any man that uses, and pardon any women that may watch this, any man that uses that as an argument or a yardstick or whatever should be
Have,
going to the ladies'
have,
island little.
have City made any great sales yet this summer? Have Arsenal made any great sales yet this summer? I didn't see. I thought I did see Gabriel Martinelli on the pitch this summer.
Yes. What's
Um,
the point?
I thought I seen Savinho still on the bench for actually still playing for City at the weekend. So
But
my point is, they've spent an awful lot of cash themselves, and they are generally well into the 300s themselves. So I just want to say, we're handling our business accordingly, and Ben Doak way off to Bournemouth for another penny as a nice wee boost in the green direction. And again, just think
I don't know.
for you to have that sustainability factor, and maybe be able to
But
pay guys.
the sustain like people have said that with the decisions United got done over the years that they must have Ferguson must have had naked pictures of some of the FA and that some of the prices you get for players, Diaz for 78 million as one of the most meant. It's like the Northern Bank robbery. I don't get it at all. That at most it should have been 48. Ben, a man that hasn't sat on your bench more or less 25 million, and United can't get 50. They can't even get 40 for a man who's a full international. I don't like to be fair to Garnacho. He's a bit of a rat and his attitude's shocking, but he has played a lot of Premier League football and he has played for Argentina's first team. What has Ben done? And it's up to the buying club to pay stupid money for these players. But I don't understand. But the point with the net spend is that like if you're walking into a pub and you find a fiver, the next man robs a fiver, and the man before earned the fiver. If the pint's a fiver and you get the three of them spend it, you spent a fiver. It doesn't matter how you get your money. If United sell 20 million jerseys in Indonesia, and that brings in whatever amount of money, if Liverpool
But
sell
I
a
still
player at the
think,
same amount of money,
just to interrupt there, I think you're still looking to move on Hojlund for the right money, and I think you're still looking for top dollar for Garnacho. So I think you guys have obviously done the incomings already at the top end of the pitch, and guys that are going to have no business anywhere near the United squad are still waiting for the exit out of the club. So, and what you're saying, I believe you stand by your point and all, and the money will keep coming in. That's for sure. But I still just think when sometimes like the old performances on the pitch haven't matched, the ideal or the ambition, I just think you do have to cut your cloth accordingly. So while the European money isn't going to be flowing in, I do like what you have done, and I don't think there'll be any problem getting Hojlund off to Napoli for initial loan and probably about 50 million back maybe next summer, and I would think Garnacho away to Chelsea as soon as they can shift Nicholas Jackson, probably £70 million. I think all of a sudden then he's a cleared Sesko fee, he's a cleared the Brian and Bomo fee. You can probably do something else again at the end of the window. Probably the big goalkeeper acquisition.
aye, it'll be interesting to see will Martinez start with. I don't know who Villa have this weekend, but he's back from suspension now, and I think the
They
fella.
they were of interest in my charity bet.
Oh,
Yeah, they were of interest in my charity bet,
who do Villa
but
have?
but I've moved off them.
Oh,
I have moved off them. Would you like to hear my charity bet for
yes.
the weekend? Now, I am not going to go yacht buying this weekend.
Right.
You can dream up your 75, 80 to 1s next week. I'm going with I'm going to go with my Stone Cold Saturday certainty. Now, the game in question, Villa are away to Brentford. I just think Keith Andrews might be a bit of a prickly one, and might be a wee bit tight to handle for Unai Emery on Saturday. So I'm just not going to touch Aston Villa just so I see a wee bit more from them. So Manchester City against Tottenham. Don't touch the early game on the Saturday. Just stay the hell away from it. I like City here. I think City's about a wee bit better than 1-2. Is that fair?
I think it's going to be a sticky one. I don't think Tottenham will win, but the draw. I think City. I didn't see the highlights, but I think City were very good. I think their two midfielders were very good last weekend. Now.
Yeah, well, they scored goals, and I think they'll score goals again against this Tottenham team. Wouldn't be at all keen on putting them down a goal or anything. I just think you take the 1-2 City at home with their home record, looking to get things up and going properly this year. I think Manchester City at 1-2 is a fair price. And then elsewhere, I really like Bournemouth. Haven't seen them on Friday night. They play the lowly Wolves, who have to be high in your relegation expectations. Bournemouth is round about 7-10, I think, at home to beat Wolverhampton. I think, having watched them, I think they're quite good. I think that's a nice certainty. And just to complete the treble for the day and the charity bet, Arsenal will play Leeds United, Dirty Leeds, in the later Saturday evening kickoff. So you'll get to watch these legs all live happen in sequence. So we'll get to watch Manchester City knock off Spurs at 12:30. We'll get to watch the brilliant Bournemouth knock off Wolves at 3:00. And then you'll get to watch Arsenal -1 against the Dirty Leeds. How do you feel about that one, Shane? It's roughly about 6-1.
It's decent odds, to be fair. I don't know what'll come off Spurs at all. The only reason I'm thinking a draw, and to be fair, they're going to have to score to get a draw because I don't see them keeping a clean sheet. So, and Bournemouth's a very good shout. I watched the second half of the Leeds Everton game. Now they didn't look great. Now, to be fair, and Arsenal are not going to concede. I would say Arsenal's going to concede. I don't know what they conceded last year, but they'll probably concede less than 20 this year. And I definitely can't see Leeds. So what do you go, -1? That'll be a good night for Gyökeres to get off to a start now. No, that's very, very solid now, to be fair. The early kick-off can be sticky, but it shouldn't be sticky. I never get that either, but you're only playing an hour, what is it, 2.5 hours, or 2.5 hours before you usually would. I don't know.
No,
I don't get that.
I'll tell you what, Shane. Arsenal -2. Arsenal -2.
There's one. I know we're going up to the SPL as Rangers have to win. They're 4-6 away to St Mirren.
Mm-hmm.
Are St Mirren? Are they big? They're not big hitters at all. Scotland.
They might be
mid.
They might be the 4th best team in Glasgow, Shane.
Oh, are they? Oh, well, okay, yeah.
They might be the 4th best team in Glasgow.
Well, I know they're terrible, but Jesus, they're bound. I'm not saying to put into your charity, but you're picking the charity bet now. But I've seen that for a bit of value over the weekend. And I actually seen United are 20. the 23-10. I think they're better than 2-1, which to me is a bit mental. Maybe they're 23-20. Maybe it's not 23-10, but I thought that them two's away. Is City's away as well too, aren't they?
What time are the Rangers playing?
I think it's 2 o'clock on Sunday. I think. Could be 12:30 now, but I think it's 2 o'clock.
To be fair, I opened up Saturday and just seen what would be a nice, like, you know, what could you watch, kind of tick off.
See when you put that to -2, what did it put it out to?
I'll be honest, it was probably my mistake throwing out 6-1 initially, because I had this priced up in my Paddy Power odds calculator, and I think I had the price for -2 down initially, so that still remains 6-1. They were very short even for -1.
It's still. I know people don't like handicap betting, but I think it's still safe enough at -2.
Yeah, well, I just think it gives you a bit more. It puts like real hot pots more in, you know, betting territory. You know, because like you can never touch. You can never touch Liverpool most of the time. You can never touch City most of the time.
No.
You stick them down a goal or down a couple of goals, then like they're easier to back.
No, it's no. That's very decent. No, it's I don't like none of my legs came in at all. They didn't even come close. Jesus. Liverpool at a stage were getting off to a good start, but no, it fell flat in its face.
Oh, well, like I was dancing when it was 2-0. I was thinking, no, here we go.
Yes,
we're off and running, and like, and you like, come on, the draw now tomorrow. Sure.
Aye, but
that's how quickly it unfolds.
That's no, that sounds a good one. Maybe it's a safer way to go as well, building it, because I suppose if you put the 70 on a similar one next week, when's the international break? Is there one more week?
Oh, we only play 3, and then it's an international break.
Jesus, that should be.
And then we play 3, and then it's another international break.
Fucking hell! I don't know. I don't see why they don't. Oh, fuck aye. I don't see why they don't just send amateurs to play for your country. I know some people might think it's a great thing, but who really cares about it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. But to talk about the competition, it's all about the taking part thing. I'll tell you.
Jesus.
Every nation gets up for that week and a half. They're still in the competition.
Well, I suppose. But, aye.
Ian, I have one more topic to bring to the table. And it was something that caught my eye just there. I would say twice during the week. And I saw a Classic United kit. And it would have been the kit that you saw David Beckham score from the halfway line in. And
aye.
Are you familiar? Can you picture?
It was the red with the Old Trafford printed and through it.
The Old Trafford's printed through it, and I think that's the standout quality, which makes it, you know, a very good retro to bring out.
Wasn't it a jersey long before its time? You'd think that'd be something that would come out nowadays. I can't remember anything other than that.
It's a thing that probably straddles the rules of FIFA now, where the design in the jersey now can't be too elaborate nowadays.
Oh, Jesus, right.
We like to have the actual image of the stadium through the jersey. Now it might be a wee bit too much for FIFA design, FIFA shirt design rules. There was a real in-depth look by the Adidas kit designers when they were unveiling the Liverpool kit this year. Like they were saying, like them loud goalkeeper jerseys that they did in the 90s, like they're works of art and all, but you're not allowed to do anything anywhere near like that nowadays. So everything's a bit more toned down and restrained. So I just wanted to throw that one at you. I've seen it twice. I've seen that United jersey now twice, and it's just sprang up topic for me. Like, what retro jerseys do you like, and would mind getting your hands on?
I did like the green and gold one, the half and half, and the original black one that I think Cantona was playing. I think did it have blue writing it had sharp. I think it had both on it. It had sharp UCAM on it. I think there was there was there strings at the top of it on the black one. I think there was. Um, and there was a couple of them I didn't like. I hated the one that they won the Champions League with, or was that the year after, 99? It had Umbro going the whole way up the sleeve. I didn't like that one at all.
And I had the collar doing two different things as well. I didn't like that.
I don't know if you remember the year they released the double-sided one. It was white one side and gold the other side. Like you could interchange it yourself. It was insanely heavy to wear though. Like it was proper two jerseys sewn together. I don't know whether it was to commemorate something or not, but I did like the Arsenal jersey of. Do you know the one? They kind of done it a year or two ago. It was navy with gold through it. That would have been Mark Overmars era.
Sega.
Was it Sega? Was it? No.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong then. It was definitely JVC that had the jersey I'm thinking of.
Ah, right.
I know the Sega. No, I didn't like the Sega one at all.
Okay, you'd be thinking somewhere like 96, 97 then. I'd be putting it more kind of the Wiltord goal at Old Trafford, that navy and gold one.
Yes. There was one Liverpool one I always thought was nice. I actually don't think that one that's out there now is not too bad. It's very Torres like.
The green?
Was it a green one? No. Was it? It's only fairly recent in the last 10 years. It might have been a third kit. I thought it was lovely. Could have been green actually. It could have been a dark green.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking right. No, it was savage looking, but in actual fact I thought there was a City jersey a couple of years ago was nice. It was an away. It could have been a third one as well, either away or a third one. But I can't think of many more. No, not. I actually used to have nice ones in years gone by now. Madrid.
That's one club that you can pull the jersey at any era, and like it's hugely iconic. Like any era.
The time Van Nistelrooy and them was with Madrid, was it Teco was the sponsor? I think it was at the black one. I thought it was nice. Figo and Zidane time. I think it was Teco was the sponsor, or was it Siemens? Fuck, I can't remember now.
I think Siemens.
It could have been Siemens, but never really. Barca's was always thought a bit boring.
Yeah, well, they didn't carry a sponsor for a long time. Now they're quite nice. Out of the Spotify logo and Ireland. In terms of like they've got a
Chelsea the Coors. That was all.
The what?
Do you remember when Chelsea just had Coors? Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Dennis Wise. Hey, the question we used to always be asking was, why is Coors Light now? Do you not get Coors normal? But I see Coors is actually going back to Coors now. It's not called Coors Light anymore. That's a bit of useless information, but
no, you can't actually. Yeah, you don't actually see Coors Light anymore. It used to be always Coors Light. You're factually right there. Yeah, I noticed that one as well. Oh, I just have an eye for these things when like brands alter something and I query it. Oh,
I missed one. There was a lot of Celtic ones, but there was Celtic one. I actually have it there. It was black. There were stripes going down the way at the bottom, and then the top. I can't even pronounce the word. As a C.
Grey one.
Aye.
Yeah.
That's savage now. That's nice, and I did like the. Do you know the luminous and black? Were the hoops?
Mm-hmm.
George Cadetti time on a bit.
The Bumblebee one, yeah. Very nice.
Or maybe Larson. Maybe I'm too far back with Cadetti, but
I think my brother would have got the hoops, and then I would have got the away jersey, like the first Celtic kits we ever got.
I know Newcastle had a couple of nice ones as well. Now, to be fair,
Yeah, well, the Northern Star, Northern Rock.
uh, but
Uh,
no, some of them. Funny you mentioned them goalkeepers jerseys. Some of them goalkeepers jerseys were brilliant in the World Cup and that too. Some of the mental ones.
well, the like them Mad Liverpool ones, they were all like hung up on the wall, like the ones like David James be wearing. Like, hi, different time. It would make the keeper look just look uh, this big ominous looking character, like with tribal design all over him. Like facing down that back in the day, different ball game.
uh,
So me personally, I'm just reveling in the being back in the Adidas brand, and I all those classic kits. I can't wait to see the avenue go down with originals and just buy it all up. Buy it
uh,
all up.
no, they just are by far the best at them. Puma used to be decent at Italian stuff, all right, but um, a lot of the jerseys go nowadays don't really fit my physique. They're all player fit, so you have to go to like triple XL to get it
Well,
wrapped around you. So,
I've come away from the player editions now, and I'm actually it's actually hospitable to sit in the jerseys now this year. They're
aye,
not figure hugging. So
no,
there we are, Shane. I wanted to get that wee one out of you. Yeah, what was their favourite retros pulled out in the past? So look, we've covered a lot of stuff there tonight, Shane, and amazingly we've hit the hour as well tonight. So as I say, I promised myself I'd do this big deep dive now into the transfers and what's real and what's not real and what's the facade. And
yes,
I've thoroughly enjoyed the chat again tonight, Shane. And here's hoping we get a view or two on this one.
yes.
So look,
Look forward to Monday night now, big style. See how that goes.
aye, Jesus, I hope to get in front of a TV to watch it. Hey,
Aye.
bloody hell! Hope somebody offers me the swap. Hey, God,
Oh, Jesus, you're down to work, are you?
I would love to watch it. Hey, oh, listen, I'll still come home and watch the full 90 at 11 o'clock at night. Don't you worry. I'll get
Yes.
fully caught up and just be. I'm not going to do it to myself. I'll not do media blackout. I'll make sure I'm abreast of the score. And sure, obviously, if we deem it worthy to jump straight on after an absolute Premier League classic, let's be having it.
Yes. 100%.
Well,
We'll reconvene next week.
we will reconvene next week.
So, good man.
Thank you all for watching. We will see you soon.
All right.